Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss another update from India Forums.
I've been comparing it, and
Okay.
obviously, you think I haven't watched Vampire Diaries, or I haven't. I've done a show called Fana,
Right.
which was also something very similar. I think Vampire Diaries मैंने 2 बार देखा है,
Okay.
right? तो कभी कभी टेक करते करते मुझे ऐसे रियलाइज होता है रुक 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 मैं डेमन नहीं हूँ रुक 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 बिकॉज ऑफ दैट द अमाउंट ऑफ हाइप दैट गॉट क्रिएटेड जो रीच हमने सोची थी उससे 10 गुना ज़्यादा रीच है. आई हैव ऑलवेज प्लेड कॉकी कैरेक्टर्स. यू टेक आउट कैलकाटा आई वाज कॉकी, you take out Delete, I was cocky.
Karan Kundrra, who will be seen essaying the character of Veer in Colors TV's upcoming supernatural drama Tere Ishq Mein Ghayal, got in an exclusive conversation with us, and here's what he has to say on the show, his character Veer, and a lot more.
Talking about the show, जब से शो के प्रोमोज बाहर आए हैं काफ़ी ज़्यादा इंट्रीग हो गया है शो की कहानी को लेकर और शो में किरदारों को लेकर, आपके और कश्मीर के किरदारों को स्पेशली. तो क्या कहना चाहेंगे ऑडियंस को? व्हाट एग्जैक्टली आर यू प्लेइंग इन द शो, इफ यू कैन डिस्क्राइब?
The reason why I chose to be a part of the show, apart from being the scale and the biggest thing on television, is Veer.
Okay.
Period. I think he's one of my most interesting characters. He's one of my most difficult characters. It's it's very easy to portray the good guy, which I've done all my life. Okay? It's very easy to portray a bad guy because they're script backed.
Right.
ये good guy है और ये ऐसे करता है और ये bad boy guy है ये तो ऐसे ही करता है. It's very difficult to even write and portray a guy who's Veer. I can't describe Veer I can't put him in a category. And if you can't put him in a category, it becomes extremely difficult to portray him because I've never done this before.
Okay.
Right. So he's very instinctive. He's very opinionated. He doesn't think about what people have to think. He's driven by love. He's passionate. He can kill, and it's right for him. That's what I love about him. So yeah.
Okay. Talking about the show again, a lot of people must have asked you. There have been a lot of comparisons ever since the promos have been out.
Yeah.
Comparisons, if I say comparisons with the Vampire Diaries, of course, comparisons with Pyar Ki Kahani too. How have you been receiving these comparisons, and what is your take on all these comparisons?
I've been comparing it.
Okay.
Obviously, you think I haven't watched Vampire Diaries, or I've done a show called Fana,
Right.
which was also something very similar.
Right.
I think Vampire Diaries मैंने 2 बार देखा है.
Okay.
Right? तो कभी कभी टेक करते करते मुझे ऐसे रियलाइज होता है रुक 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 मैं डेमन नहीं हूँ रुक रुक रुक. You know what I mean? So it's human nature. It's very simple. You see 2 boys who are brothers, who are bhediya. There's one girl who's human. You directly go because Vampire Diaries is such an iconic show.
Right.
I've seen it twice. तो मैं खुद चले जाता हूँ कभी कभी वहाँ पर. And so it's but natural. अगर मुझे हो रहा है तो सबको ही हो रहा है.
Right.
But because of that, the amount of hype that got created was something that we didn't expect.
Right.
जो रीच हमने सोची थी उससे 10 गुना ज़्यादा रीच है. It is but obvious that sometimes I'm watching a film, I'm like ये तो वो है because that's the kind of cinema that you've loved, right? Those are the stories. It's pretty obvious that if we are making Vampire Diaries, then you might as well go and watch Vampire Diaries, right?
Right.
Why would you want to sit every day and watch Tere Ishq Mein Ghayal? So yeah, I feel what they're feeling.
Okay, so is it safe to say then that your character is somewhere inspired by Damon?
There is a semblance with the cockiness,
Okay.
but I've always played cocky characters. You take out Calcutta, I was cocky. You take out Delete, I was cocky. But there's the amount of layers that Veer has is very different. There is no backing
Okay.
for Veer. There's no redemption कि ऐसा क्यों है क्योंकि उसकी माँ के साथ ये हुआ था बचपन में. Nothing.
Right.
There's no cushioning for Veer. That makes it all the more tough.
Okay.
There is no cushioning presently because there's nobody supporting Veer. You get it? So it's very, I mean, more complicated, a lot more layered, a lot more complicated. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What was your reaction when the show was offered to you, and why did you decide to, go for it?
This was August end last week, and I got called by Yash ji, and he said, "एक बार सुन ले आके." And then Mamta Patnaik ma'am and Yash ji at Beyond Dreams, I heard the narration. It was very early stages that there's a concept, Bhedia, and this is what we want you to do because the first thing that came up to our mind was this. But it was TV, and TV takes a lot of commitment. And with the kind of life that I have, at that time I think finishing off Dance Diwane, and I was shooting for my film. So I was like, TV का ये पंगा एक सर फंस जाते हैं, we have to telecast, like it's not like, तो वो सारे apprehensions, but when when they started developing the concept, the story, and everything, and then I kept getting drawn towards Veer. So story, scale, everything. As I said, apart from that, it was Veer that I was very intrigued. I was like, how does one play a character? It's a paradox because you're trying to play a real character in a fantasy world. So the difficulty of that, the challenge of that was very attractive.
Okay. Lastly, what is that one thing you'd like to say to all the fans?
Thank you so much. India Forums pe bhi, to all the people who are supporting us. The first time that our trailer, a little teaser bit came out, and it went everywhere in one night, and that just gives us a lot of hope. And this is the hope that we are still driving by. And now it's finally going to be airing on the 13th of February at 9 p.m. on Colors and Woot. So please watch it and give us a lot of love.
Thank you so much, Karan. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.